Salutations viewers, my name is GameDame and welcome back to another one of GameDame Reacts. So we have 12 minutes of gameplay for the Ascent, which is a game I actually was looking forward to because it's a different type of game, but it's set in like a cyberpunk type era, which we all know how the actual cyberpunk actually did. Crap. But I am excited to see these 12 minutes of gameplay, especially with a developer commentary for additional information. So without further ado, let us watch the Ascent. 12 minutes of gameplay with developer commentary. Boom!
Listen up. I had sewage coming out of my fucking rinser this morning. I've been showering in manure. I want this fixed. Get it done before end of cycle and I'll throw in a juicy bonus.
Definitely don't ever want to shower in manure.
So that's Poon, and he's your boss. You are watching The Ascent, and my name is Arcade, and I'm one of the co-founders and creative directors of Neon Giant.
What's up?
Neon Giant is a new small studio with 12 people, based on a bunch of senior developers that made game for a long time, but not together as such. And I'm here to basically blast you through the first 1.5 to 2 hours of the game, but try and do it in 10 minutes with the magic of video editing.
I
So
love
The
it when
Ascent
developers
is an
talk.
action shooter RPG. You can play single player or 2, 3 or 4 player co-op, online or offline. This is the very first part of the game. You're down in the maintenance shaft to fix some kind of machinery that seems to be broken. Usually people don't move around much here. It can be quite dangerous and, well, not a lot of fun stuff to do. But your particular set of skills with guns and cyberdecks make you a very capable indent to send down. And there's no denying that you're pretty far down on the food chain. This is not a hero story about you being the chosen one or you're setting out to save the world. This is you trying to get by either alone or with your friends in co-op.
Seriously, when developers talk, it cracks me up when they're trying to give a presentation because they're pretty straight to the point. Not all of them are fantastic speakers, but they do get the point across of what their game is
really
about.
Trying to set a scale and sense of verticality and a world being much bigger than the immediate area that you can move in. Since this is so early in the game, all you really have so far is a pistol, and then as game progresses, not surprisingly, you get way more weapons, armor, augmentation abilities and tactical stuff, and we'll see some of that moving through this.
Ooh. Why did she kill that one other... Huh.
Interface circuitry replaced.
This makes me want to play Dead Space so bad.
And if we skip ahead a bit, you've just left the maintenance shaft, and something has seemingly gone awry. People are very stressed, and this is a good place to see that the world offers more than just enemies and shooty.
Just enemies and
very
shooty.
much confused. You are now right.
I love it.
You're now on your way to Cluster 13 to find the news, basically, to see what's happened. And what you can see in the middle is the ginormous shaft, because everything in this giant arcology is built upon tier and tier and tier and tier. And the higher up you get, the basically the further you move up in status, in people's richness, in environments, and you get to see a lot of this playing through the game. But right now we're in a tier called the Warrens, which is one of the more struggling areas and definitely a harder working one. But it's not all poverty and sadness. There are hustlers, there's still fun to be had.
I still can't get over the shooty comment. I love it so much. So good.
And to not give away too much of the story, we're actually gonna skip a big chunk of the game here, which is you reaching this Cluster 13, talking to a lot of characters, getting side missions, and exploring dialogues. And we want you to experience that firsthand playing the game. So we'll move ahead a bit to us setting out to try and secure an area for a secret meeting to happen. So this is us basically on the other side of said city of Cluster 13, and we can look at the map to see where we're going. We now have one special ability, an automated weapon, and you'll see some more humanoid enemies instead of only the ferals that you could see down in the sewers.
I'm surprised no one's like the fact that the character's constantly carrying a gun. No one's really carrying at all whatsoever.
And something to notice as well is that even though there are a lot of enemies around, not all of them will attack on sight, because that's not the kind of world this is. They'll threaten you, they'll tell you to go away, and if you do, everything is fine. But we know we're gonna attack, but instead of just running in, we're gonna try and find a safe place and engage from over there.
That's pretty cool that they won't attack just like automatically. They'll
Reading
just
your
be like, nah, dude,
environment
just go
and
away.
using covers and things like that is a very big part of playing this game in an efficient manner. You can also see a lot of destruction that's all around in the world, and ships flying, drones being around, and just things to make the world come alive.
The world really is
And
alive.
loot
I would
can
agree
both
with that.
be found in the world, or by defeating enemies or trading, and there are a myriad of ways to acquire new gear.
Ooh.
And also the civilians
Leave a
in the
regret
world,
staying.
they
I don't
have
know,
the
but
same places as the enemies, so when combat does ensue, they get scared and run off. Again, everything to make this world come alive.
I do like this game a lot. I think it
And down
looks
here we can see some
incredibly
couches as well,
well
but
done.
again,
And this is
gives
the
you a
type of
really
game I would
good
just play with
cover if you want
friends.
to engage in combat. Not everything is super obvious as a cover, so it's really up to you to read the environment and you yourself decide what to hide behind.
Ooh, what kind of move was that? And yeah, that's true. Not everywhere you go, it's obvious as a cover.
And enemies can appear from many different places, so you never know when you're quite safe. And something I think is fun in this combat is that you can actually see the guy there to the left. We took cover, but we didn't engage him immediately because we only needed cover to basically be safe from that end. So it's not always shooting over cover, it can also just be protecting your back.
I mean, that is a fair assumption
Now
right
that
there.
we leveled up from this fight, we're just gonna find a good place to try and allocate some skill points as well. Every time you level up, you get a set of skill points that you can put into the kind of build of a character you want to do. And the skill points not only affect the skill itself immediately, but it also increases your attributes. And attributes in themselves is actually what scales your abilities. So depending on how you allocate your points, maybe you fire 3 spray missiles, or maybe you fire 18, and that all comes into your build.
That's pretty nifty, actually.
This is
I
a
like the
bit later,
customization.
same mission, but again, we can really see how we're using the environment as cover, but from several different angles. And the fact that just because you get into cover doesn't mean you're safe forever. You often have to continuously read the environment. You often have to move and change cover to see what's the best place for me to be in right now, depending on, you know, how the enemies try to flank you, but also just where they come from, and also, of course, what type of enemy it is that you're fighting.
That's pretty cool. The
We've
fact
got
that you
some
constantly
weapon
have to be
drops here
finding
as
new
well,
cover.
but for
It's like
weapons we already
roguelite
had, so no point in swapping.
for sure. In that sense. Like, you just gotta constantly
And if
keep
we
moving.
just bring up our cyber deck, we can also make sure to highlight all enemies in the area, so it makes it easier to read the situation. And here we find a pair of really cool party pants. So we're just going to go into the journal and swap out our armor. all armor has
Ooh, nice puffy
different set of
pants.
stats with the different damage types and how well they react to that. So you might have an armor that's really good against physical damage, for example, but really weak against energy, like laser weapons and stuff. And that's all up to you as well to figure out how you want to build your character.
I mean, I would hope so.
Armor,
that we get all that
the
customization
weapons,
options.
Everything in the game is handcrafted with custom art and names and descriptions, and everything is there to build on the lore of the world. So everything has a place. And here we get really lucky because that jogger actually dropped both a grenade and a shotgun, 2 things we didn't have as well, and that's just pure luck. So I'm glad we got that on video.
Pure luck. Pure luck.
Just grab the shotgun and change the grenade. The tactical equipment like grenades are filled up by causing damage and injuring enemies. And here we can see clearly that shotgun isn't really very good at a distance, but super efficient when you're close up. So then it comes down to managing your 2 equipped weapons back and forth. And there's even a skill that's about weapon swapping.
I'd like to see the bullet path too. That's pretty interesting to me.
One of the late mission fights, and we just really hope that you enjoy what you see, that you are excited for the game, and that you'll play it when it's out this year. Thank you so much.
No, thank you for giving us that developer insight into a game such as this. This actually looks like a lot of fun. I'm going to see if some of my friends will want to get this so they can play with me, because I feel like it would just be so much more fun with people rather than playing by yourself. But I think overall, this is a pretty solid game. It's got customization. It really wants you to utilize your backgrounds. Well, not background, but like your environment. It's very roguelite and is... that's what I like about it, but it's not like Hades in the sense where it's like a huge spam of enemies, but it's enough to make it challenging. But also you just really got to think, like, all of this dodging and stuff looks insane. I wonder if they even have like difficulties we can choose from. And I can only imagine what the bosses are going to be like. So like this looks like a good and kind of difficult game. Yeah, baby. So I'm very curious if there is a game out there that you guys would compare this to, but also would you pick this game up, especially with this exclusive 12-minute gameplay and developer commentary? It's definitely sold me. I'm definitely going to be getting it. Let me know if you guys are in the comments down below. But that is all the time I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I highly appreciate your time as always. But please do not forget to subscribe and or follow, not only to my YouTube, but to my Twitch. You guys know where my YouTube is at, but you can find my Twitch at twitch.tv/thegamedame. Thanks guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.